Welcome to the Dr. Willow Show. We're going to be talking about the jade egg today. In fact, all month long, we're going to be talking about the jade egg. So I'm really excited about this month because I have found this practice of using a jade Yoni egg to be absolutely a game changer in my life. It's completely shifted my level of confidence. It's completely shifted my relationship to intimacy and relationships in general. And it's just really a wonderful way to get more in touch with your feminine side and your sexual side. So, as we talk about the jade egg, this is geared toward women, obviously, vulva owners. But also, it's really good. If you're a guy tuning in today, you're going to learn some cool stuff too about just women, which is good to know. It's good to know about the vulva owners and what they're going through. So I was just looking at some studies. I'm always reading studies and looking at content all over the place. And I found some studies that were estimating that up to 50% of women suffer from vaginal prolapse or some kind of other sexual organ prolapse, like uterine prolapse, or some have anal prolapse. And so this is an incontinence as well, up to 50%. So that's like half the women in the world. I don't know if that's true, but that's what this one study was saying. And that's a lot. That's a lot of women. And usually this prolapse is due to having multiple children, but not always. Sometimes it has to do with just age as well, or not doing enough exercises with your pelvic floor muscles. It's like if we don't do enough exercises with our biceps, the biceps atrophy and they begin to sag. So we've got these amazing muscles inside of the pelvic bowl. And when we work them and when we tonify them, then things stay uplifted, not only in your vagina, but also like in your whole body. I found another study that said that around 47% of women suffer from low sex drive. So one of my classic sayings in the work that I do is a happy vagina is a happy woman. So if the vagina is prolapsed, if the uterus is prolapsed, if there is incontinence going on, if there's bacterial vaginosis or candida or any of these things that are causing disharmony of the vagina, it's going to make for an unhappy woman. So we want to really, really pay attention to the yoni in a way, in the same way we pay attention to our teeth and our mouth, or the same way we pay attention to the skin on our face. It's really important that we start to take good care of our yonis. And the jade egg is one really powerful way to do that. So the jade egg is a simple solution that's not only going to lift your prolapsed organs and any lack of tone in the pelvic floor, but it's also going to lift your sex drive. It's going to lift your libido. It's really amazing how that works. And so it's just going to make you feel like lighter and sexier and happier when you're using your yoni egg on a consistent and regular basis. I'm just curious how many of you who are tuning in either to the replay here or to this live, hi, how many of you have a yoni egg? How many of you have used jade or some other stone before? So write that in the chat box. And then also let me know where you're tuning in from. I will always love to know where people are tuning in from, even if you're watching the replay. Pop that in the comments as well. So stick with me. Stick with me for the duration of this class. And I promise that you're going to walk away knowing why the jade egg increases your drive, your tone, and your sexual experience. So let's start with the history of the jade egg. The jade egg is an ancient Taoist practice. It's a 5,000 or more year old practice, and it comes from ancient China. And the Chinese are real big on jade for a lot of different reasons, and I'll go into those in just a moment. But this 5,000-year-old practice was originally only used by the royalty of China. So the emperor's wives were able to use the jade egg to tonify their vaginal muscles after delivering babies. And then the emperor also had all these concubines, right? All these consorts. And so they were able to use the jade egg as well to tonify and strengthen their vaginal muscles so that they could create more pleasure, more friction during sex. And so it's kind of a twofold apparatus, the jade egg. You know, you've got your health and vitality that you're keeping intact, and then also keeping your sexuality moving and evolving and progressing in a forward way. So those are kind of two ways that the jade egg is traditionally used. And then I love to bring in this very deep spiritual, this powerful manifesting practice when I teach the jade egg work. So I will be teaching a masterclass next Saturday on the 11th at 11 a.m. Pacific. So be sure to register for that. We'll pop that link in the comments, and you can register for that. It's a free masterclass. It's going to be really good fun. I'm going to go so much deeper into the jade egg. But, you know, jade is really used for its properties, the properties of the stone. All different stones have different properties. But it's also very non-porous. So it's safe for internal use. It's not going to carry a lot of bacterias with it. So that's one of the reasons that jade is traditionally the stone that's used for Yoni egg work. In Chinese tradition, jade symbolizes the 5 virtues of humanity: wisdom, compassion, justice, modesty, and courage. So I love those. Those are like these Chinese 5 virtues. Wisdom, of course, very powerful. And then we have compassion, which we really need to be having a lot more of for each other in this day and age. Justice, which is like, I think of that more as like integrity. And then modesty is like that humbleness, you know, like checking your ego at the door and just being really authentic and true. And then courage takes a lot of courage to break through old patterns, to evolve into who you're becoming, to let go of what's comfortable and who you've always been. It takes a lot of courage to do that. And so jade gives you this boost in courage. It's so cool. And it's often called the dream stone as well for its ability to help one access spirit realms, so like non-physical realms, so that you can have a deeper sense of intuition. And of course, when you're using jade, the jade egg to manifest your dreams or whatever your vision for your life is, whatever you're calling in, which is how I like to use it a lot, you really need to have access to that spirit realm, to that non-physical realm, so that you can begin to bridge the gap between what actually is in your life and what you want to be in your life. So it's a very protective stone as well. It acts as a ward, a block against negative energies. It's a symbol, jade is a symbol of serenity and purity. It signifies wisdom gathered in tranquility. So very, very Taoist. Like, you know, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but sometimes it's hard to get downloads and the wisdom to come through when you're like thinking and you're trying to check off your to-do list and you're just like really in the work mode mind. But then once you go out and you take a walk and you're out in nature and you're just kind of breathing and you're being more tuned into the natural world, this tranquility comes over you. And in that state, this amazing wisdom comes forth, like these hits of like, oh, that's what that means. Oh, that's what I need to do with myself and my life. So jade also increases love and nurturing. So loving that part of you, that wisdom part of you that comes forward in those tranquil moments, and nurturing that side of yourself. It attracts good luck. That's one of the things that is probably most known for jade in Chinese world, in the world of China. Very, very big on good luck. That's why there's like jade bracelets and jade earrings and jade necklaces and jade eggs and everything jade, because it's all about good luck and community, friendship, creating a sense of tribe. So stabilizes your mood, stabilizes your confidence, and also promotes this like self-sufficiency. Like, I am worthy, I am capable, I can create this in my life. So all these reasons are reasons that I love to use the jade egg to manifest dreams. And it's working for me. Here I am in Hawaii living my dream. And, work hard to get here. But the jade egg practice is a huge part of it for me. Not to mention, it soothes the mind, it helps to release negative thoughts, which is something that we have to do when we're going after our dreams. We have to let go of that negative mind chatter that says, who do you think you are? And we have to stand firm and say, this is what I'm worthy of. And then it really stimulates ideas, right? It aids in emotional release, especially irritability. So what's so interesting about jade is that it's green, right? So, and green is the color of the heart chakra, which is where we tend to hold anxiety, just that sense of overwhelm, stress. A lot of times is held in the chest and in the heart. But also in Chinese medicine, the liver is green as well. So we've got heart and liver is where we tend to hold stagnation. We call it liver qi stagnation in Chinese medicine, and nobody wants that. It's not a good thing. It's basically stress, and it causes irritability, frustration, anger, and rage. So that whole spectrum of emotions. So when you're using your jade egg stone, you're eliminating that. You're releasing that with the help of that stone. And I would say that jade, really one of the reasons I love to use jade as the Yoni egg is because it really encourages this deep sense of authenticity, this deep sense of just being who you are, so that you're not posturing to be somebody else that you think someone else wants you to be. It's we want to be really authentic, especially when it comes to sexuality, especially when it comes to intimacy and partners, long-term partners, new partners, doesn't matter. But we want to bring true, authentic feeling forward. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter like if you're thin or if you're overweight, if you're old, if you're young, none of that matters. What matters is how you feel. When you feel in your sensuality, your sexuality, and your vitality, you're sexy. You're looking sexy. So you can just really drop into that deep sense of authenticity. So those are sort of the spiritual and emotional reasons why jade is traditionally used, and why I stick with the jade egg stone when I teach Yoni egg work. But physically, it also assists your body's elimination process. So it's very detoxifying in a way, which again, liver, right? Pointing to that organ of detoxification. And so it's really good for helping your elimination organs, like your kidneys, eliminating, clearing out the urine, your colon, clearing out the crap, right? And then your breath as well, clearing out as you exhale. And the liver filters all of the blood in your body. So it's very, very powerful. And it's really an excellent, stone for the kidneys. The type of jade that I use in my work is called Nephrite Jade. And Nephrite Jade is one of those types of jade it was actually it's nephros, comes from the Greek word nephros, which means kidneys. And so it used to wash up on the shores, and it looked like these little kidney stones. So little kidney bean type of stones. And so that's why they call it nephrite jade. And so the nephros, the nephrite jade, really has this deep connection to your kidneys, which is also fascinating because in Chinese medicine, your sexual energy is stored in your kidneys. So when you're using the jade, you're really augmenting this sexual energy in your body. It's really, really powerful. Plus, you're tonifying the pelvic floor muscles, which leads to better sex as well. So it's all in there. Again, jade removes toxins, and it rebinds skeletal and cellular systems. So it can be really great for healing stitches, like after having a baby, if you had to get stitches in the pelvic floor, the jade can be really, really powerful for healing scar tissue and stitch work as well. So not only that, but it can be really supportive during the fertility journey. Like if you're trying to have a baby, it can be really supportive during that as well. So again, jade is for stability, longevity, fertility, serenity, wisdom, practicality, tranquility, balance, inner peace, harmony, and perspective. I love that one because what we perceive in the world is what our world is. So how are you perceiving? How are you walking around viewing relationships in general? How are you viewing sexuality in general? What is your perspective on this? How do you view yourself? Are you worthy of the dreams that you are calling into existence? Your perspective needs to be on board with all of this in order for it to change, in order for it to come to fruition, right? So, do these properties sound like they would be valuable in your life? Do they sound like something that would really resonate with you? If so, write that in the chat box. And which ones in particular really stood out for you? Was it the fertility, the wisdom? Was it the inner peace? Like what really, really stood out for you? Write those words in the comments so we can all see. And I will add that link. Thanks for asking. I will add that after I'm done with this sort of presentation. So Paulo Coelho is one of my favorite authors, and here's a little quote from him. So he says, wisdom means both to know and to transform. So knowledge without transformation is not wisdom. I just love that because it's so true. We need to use we need to use those little aha moments to create transformation in our life. If they just and then we don't transform or evolve or change our life, then it's not really what's the point of it, So wisdom means both to know and to transform. Knowledge without transformation is not wisdom. So smart, that man. And, nowadays the jade egg is getting a lot more popular, a lot more press. Gwyneth Paltrow, one of my main sheroes, she has made it very, very common. And so now anyone can use it, right? It's not just the emperors and the emperor's wives and the concubines. It's now anyone, you and me, and anyone who has a vulva gets to use the jade egg. So now that we have so much access to this really deep and powerful sexual enhancement tool, health enhancement tool, hormone balancing tool, how the heck do we use it? How the heck do we, what do we do with this thing? I know so many women who are like, oh yeah, I have a jade egg. It sits in my underwear drawer year after year after year after year, and I never use it because they just don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to be covering that a lot more in detail on my on my masterclass on Saturday, the 11th, and also on the 18th. So we have 2 opportunities for you to come to the masterclass. One of the things we do, though, is we set up a really sacred space. We create a ritual around it. We create a ceremony around it so that the intention that we are planting inside of our bodies, right? Your yoni, your yoni, which means sacred space, is this very powerful, creative place in your body. It creates new life. That's its purpose, is to create new life. The womb, right, is to build and create and form a whole new human being. And the womb is part of your yoni. And so when you do the yoni egg work, you're really tapping into the most potent creative life force energy that you have access to as a human being, which is your sexual energy. Sexual energy is for creating. So what are you wanting to create? You got to get clear about that intention. So we do that in the Jade Egg Remedy program, which I will let you know more about in this coming month. But that clarity of your intention is so vital and so crucial. Then we do specific breath work to really engage the sexual energy, because a lot of women will come and they'll be like, I don't really have much of a libido. I don't really have much of a sex drive. And then other women are like, oh my God, my sex drive is through the roof. I just don't know what to do with all this sexual energy. So either way, we need to know how to cultivate it and what to do with it. Cultivate it. So bring it up to the surface, bring it to life, and then what to do with that sexual energy. How do you use that to create your dreams coming true? How do you use that for more vitality and health in your body? And then we insert the egg and we do specific Kegel work with breath work, and we draw that energy to different places in the body. So that is how we do it. There are all these protocols for specific ailments as well. Like there's a lot of OBGYN problems for women and their vaginas. So bacterial vaginosis is an issue, or prolapse is an issue. There are specific protocols for that in using your jade egg. So I teach all of that inside of the bigger program. So can you see how doing a regular, maybe even a daily jade egg practice is going to resolve physical, emotional, and even psychological and spiritual ailments all in one go, all in one session, all in one jade egg session? It's really, really amazing and powerful. So I'm thrilled to be bringing it to you this month. And, it really doesn't matter, if you've got a vulva, then you can use the jade egg. It doesn't matter if you orient toward men or women or bi or non-binary or anything like that. But if you've got the organs of the female body, if you've got a vulva, then you can use the jade egg to really bring more clarity to your life. And through that clarity, have your dreams come to fruition much more readily and easily. And it doesn't matter if, you're going through some kind of current trauma, like you might be in an abusive relationship, God forbid, or maybe you are abusing yourself in some way. If you're going through some current trauma, or if you grew up in an abusive situation and you're healing traumas from the past, your practice with the jade egg will really, really, really support moving toward healing in either case. And, the jade is very, it's like, I like to think of it as like a sponge. It can soak up a lot of the pain, a lot of the doubt, fear, disharmony in your life. And then you can clear it from your body. And clearing these things, these emotions from your vaginal tissues is a game changer. I've been working with women and their pelvic floors for 2 decades, and I have seen just miraculous changes take place in working with the tissues of the vagina. It's really, really powerful. So can you see, as a vulva owner, if you are one, can you see how the jade egg can really bring your body to this deep, deep level of healing? If so, if that's clear for you, because I want to make sure I'm being clear for you, write a yes. Give me a yes in the comments. And if you're like, I'm not really getting it, please let me know that as well, because that will help me tune into you more specifically. And, wouldn't it be better to release that trauma from your body than to continue to try to just override it and ignore it and sweep it under the rug? If so, write that in the comments. Oh, here comes one of my loud little buggies down below. And for those of you who want to learn more and who want to connect more about the jade egg, then I encourage you to register for the masterclass coming up on the 11th. That's next Saturday at 11 a.m. I'm going to write that in the comments right now, the registration link. And then I want to answer some of these questions. We've got some good ones here. Can you get the same benefits from wearing a necklace, for example? Yeah, because you're wearing that stone. Yeah. So if you're wearing the jade egg stone, if you're wearing the jade stone, then yeah, you can get the benefits from that, the properties of that stone. Same thing like if you're wearing rose quartz, or if you're wearing onyx or labradorite or any of those stones. All stones have their own properties. Right now I'm wearing pearls. I'm sure they have a really cool property. I'm not sure what it is, but if you know, write it in the comments. And and so a link to order. I can share a link to order the jade egg as well. So during my, I think I have about 5 eggs with me here in Hawaii. So we have, during the Jade Egg Remedy program that's going to be coming up very soon here, we have 5 spots available for those of you who need to buy an egg with the program. So not only will you get an egg, but you'll get step-by-step on how to use it inside of that Jade Egg Remedy course. So it's a 4-module course. We're just getting it up and ready for you right now. And I'm going to tell you more about it at that masterclass. So be sure to register for that. And if you know any vulva owners out there who would be interested in this, be sure to pass it along to them. Spread the love, spread the word. Why not? It's free, and it's going to be a wonderful opportunity to go deeper into your femininity and what you are able and capable of creating in your life. So sending you all so much love, tons of aloha. I'm on the island of Molokai today, and I'm leaving today. So I'm heading back to Maui today. I'm excited for a change of pace and a change of scenery. Molokai is amazing. If you're not able to attend, no worries. We will record it and send out the replay. So be sure to register anyway, because we need you on that registration list in order for you to get the replay. Okay, sending you tons of love. I'll see you next Friday. I'm going to be talking more about the jade egg next Friday. And I'll be seeing you also on Saturday next week as well. Okay. Mwah.